Good day. This is the start of a new channel for me. I'm not 100% sure where we're all going to go. It's all going to be God. That's what I'm. It's the only thing I wish to talk about now. You might get surprised at what ends up here. It's going to be real. It's going to be innate. It's going to be me. So I guess we better get started. We only have a few minutes. Let's begin with a blessing. May the one that created you meet you in every moment of your day. May you find the moments where joy and peace and answers are, as you wish, when you wish, from the one that created you, God. Now, there's going to be stories, because I'm a storyteller. Am I a great storyteller? That's up to you. You'll have to tell me. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I like to tell stories, so we're going to tell a few. I have some wisdom. I'm going to give you that wisdom. Allow you to decide if it fits for you. How often will I post? Well, I'm hoping to post every single day. But then there's the human factor. So I will endeavor to be as consistent as we can. Well, what's the purpose of this channel? Well, I already said it. The God shows up in many different ways. One of those is, of course, stories. The other is wisdom, knowledge, understanding flowing from above, crafted through an earthen vessel. That would be me. Part of this flows through a gift called the art of knowing, or many other things. Just knowing is good. So, since we don't have much time, let's go. There are things that, when we know those things, they change us. Let's have one of those things. There is a truth that if you can accept, abide, and connect to that truth, it will change you. This is probably new. Well, none of it without being new. Not new, really new. Yeah, maybe for you, for this first time, it might be. And that is whatever we think we know, we are without knowing. It's the truth. Job said it so well. I thought I knew, but now I know. I thought I saw, but now I see. You see that he's now in the present, accepting that there's always more to learn. Well, that's my little wisdom for the day. Now, in the last couple of minutes that we have together for this day, a story, I suppose. Some of them are true, some of them are fiction. Up to you to decide. I'll come with proof. But from my memories, my perspective, as God flows through them and chooses from my library. And I've been done and being a lot of things, more than most, I guess, will ever do. So let us begin. The story that comes forward for this day is a simple one. The man who was wishing to get what he had grown to market. Now, he didn't have a wagon, of course. That would be easy. Didn't have bags, that also would have been easier, but more difficult than the wagon. All he had was his arms, and that wasn't going to do. He had many things to bring to market. Potatoes, turnips, beets. A wagon would be amazing, but he didn't have a wagon. The farmer next door did have a wagon, but it had a bad year. Very bad year. Nothing grew for him. All withered and died. Unexplainable yet happened. And on the other side of him was a widow woman where her husband had passed and she had struggled to get some things ready to keep the farm. Managed to do so, finding someone to take what little she could grow to market so that she could continue to look after the farm. And she had bags that would be useful. Well, this farmer, thinking, he had bounty. His crops had grown well. He had a lot. The wagon had failed last year. It was knowing that it was coming. It was a catastrophic failure. The axle broke. Everything tumbled. All of his bags, the last of his stuff, the last of his produce, over the side of a cliff it went. That was the end of that. But he has toiled, worked in his farm, and it has produced mightily. But as we said, no wagon, no bags. So he looks at what he has and he has enough, well, more than enough. Pay taxes to look after his farm, to plant again the next year. And still, he has more. So he decides on something. He goes over to the farmer with the wagon and he goes, "Can I borrow your wagon? And for borrowing your wagon, I will give you and they talked and they bartered back and forth. And when it was finished, he would give 20% of what he got from going to market. The wagon was in good shape. Pulled it back and set it down and was ready to go into the field, but then realized, as you are right now, they required the bags. They were at the bottom of the cliff. That meant a ride into town and a ride back, missing of the market time this week. Or, as he thought. And went next door to the widow and he asked if she had extra bags and she said yes, and they bartered. And they talked and they came to a conclusion that she would get 15% of whatever he made. He's a smart enough man to know that he would be giving to the church in town, the church he went to every Sunday. He couldn't so much give money, but he could give out of his surplus. And maybe money. All new thoughts for this farmer. He'd been such an independent soul to this point. Wagon, bags, everything at the bottom. Was the God of his understanding, was God talking to him through this? He didn't know. But now he had the bags. And he went out to get the surplus. And what surprised him was there was the farmer from next door. and the widow from the other side, helping him put it all in bags, smiling, talking, enjoying each other's company. Talk about the next year. Talk about what to do. His fields are amazingly robust and productive. Theirs, not so much. Maybe they could work together. Maybe that's what this was all about. So, the farmer, he went to market and sold what he had taken, made enough for himself to pay his taxes, to look after his farm, and was able to give more than what was expected. Both the widow and the farmer decided. He also decided that he would take a tenth of what was his, 20th, he said. I can live on the rest. And give it to the church. And also, out of the surplus, they all had decided to give. And if you go forward just a few years, you will find that there is no longer 3 farms. There's only one. May you understand what the Spirit has been saying. Let's conclude with a little prayer. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and here we are. In that moment, where you are teaching, and we accept that moment, and we sit in your presence. We are thankful for the moment. May each hear exactly what they require. May they know the joy and the peace and the answers that are required for their life. And we thank you for doing so, and we say thankful, grateful, gratitude. Thankful, grateful, gratitude. Thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing our glory to flow. The Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. Amen. May you be amazing, and may you rest well. Blessings.